Welcome back to Hands-on iOS Development. So on the previous lecture, we successfully add the automatic page sliding for our page view controller. And we're going to add the page indicator to show to the user how many pages that we have and then at what index that they're currently in. So I'm going to search for the page control and then we can drag in. And I'm going to put it inside of the container view. And then we're going to add the auto layout. So I'm going to set it horizontally in the container. Then let me zoom in. We're going to set the vertical spacing between this page control and the container view. So press control on the keyboard and click and drag and then release when we're about at the border of the container view, and then select the vertical spacing. Then I'm going to set the tint color for this page control. So the tint color, I would like to set it to white, and the current page indicator, I want to set it to red. And now we need to make the outlet connection between this page control with our home view controller. So let's zoom out. Then I'm going to bring in the assistant editor and make sure that you have the home view controller. Then we're going to control, click and drag. And I'm going to call this page control. And there is one more thing that I would like to set in the container view. So let's close this assistant editor and back to the standard editor. Let me zoom out. So right now we already set the page to be automatically sliding forward, and we want to prevent the user to doing it manually. So I'm going to select this container view, and then under the attributes inspector for this container view, we want to uncheck the interaction. So we're not going to allow user interaction for this page view controller. I'm going to uncheck that box. And now we're going to set up the connection between this page control to the index of the page view controller. So let's open the home view controller. So if you recall from our lectures about the page view controller, when we want to implement the page control, we need to implement the delegate. But in this particular case with our home scene, because we already have the load next controller that is responsible to load the next controller, we can just simply pass in the current index to the page control current page. So what we want to do, we can call the self page control, which is the outlet that we already set earlier, the page control. And then we want to set the current page to be equal the current index. So now let's test this app. If all good, then we should see the page control indicate the index of our image. All right, so that's the first index. As it slides, it should move. Yes, it moves to the middle one. And slides again, move to the last one. And it should go back to the first one, which is what it's doing right now. And then earlier we said there is no interaction for the user. So if we try to slide back and forth, it's not going to do it right now because we're not allowing that interaction.